recording? All right, we're here. Welcome to the New Year, New Moon ceremony. Ladies, this is going to be so powerful. We're going to give everybody a second just to like cozy on in. I asked the ladies that got here to please just pop in the chat box something that you're grateful for. I also would love it. I know that some of you are probably not able to take your video off, but if you can have your video on, like, let's just stare at each other's beautiful, shiny eyes. I don't care what you look like. Hi, Rach. This is about connection. It's about continuity of spirit. It's about calling in the energies that we have this whole year to work with. And it's just so amazing. So Maya, that everyone's on the mend around here. Yeah, girl, you've been through a lot. Cal, I'm grateful for taking the leap with coaching and Big Red. Yeah, girl. Nanette, happy 2022. So grateful to start my year off with you all. Seriously. Amy says, I'm grateful for all that I've learned about myself in 2021. Yes, sister, and excited to continue the journey into 22. Joda, driving right now, but we'll turn on video soon. Perfect. Jillian Grover, I'm sick, so I look like Jess. So sorry, no video. That's okay. Thank you for being here. Jillian Grover is one devoted soul sister. So I'm glad that you're here, grateful, girlfriend. Grateful for time to rest. Yes. And you know what? I'm going to just like kickstart this off with saying it is January 2nd, right? I'm just curious, who kickstarted whatever they wanted to kickstart yesterday, or who was in my camp and was like, we need to rest. We need to be yesterday. And you were utilizing today as kind of like that catalyst. Anybody? Hands up if you rested yesterday. And you can't get this wrong. It's just like a really fun, like, hey, like getting to know you type thing. We can't all like chat right now about our day yesterday, but you know, it's so, Rhonda, team rest. Maria, I'm sick. Oh, girls. Amy, I'm grateful for the possibilities, what's to come in 2022. Yes, sister. Ladies, not in this madhouse. Rested. Starting today, rested yesterday. I played yesterday. Awesome, Kelly. That's great. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to hold space for all of you that aren't feeling well, that are feeling sick, that are just like their body is working through some stuff, holding space for that, and for you calling in this moment to be here and intentionally allow yourself to participate with what you want to create, no matter what the state is, and go slow with this, go easy, be easy on you. I'm grateful to have you here. I'll share with you. So it's so fun. You know, I love doing these things. This is my work, girls. Like, this is how I pour my soul's calling into the world. This is how I generate an income for my family, is essentially serving incredible groups of women like this. And it is so exciting every time we're about to get on a call, because like, you know, I promote things, I put things out here. I flip and love doing this. And every time I'm like, who's going to show up? Who's going to be here? So I want to thank you for being here, whether you are feeling on top of the world or you are like snuggled under the blankies. I honor you for being here. You are my people for being here, because if you're showing up at noontime on a Sunday to set intentions according to the moon so that we can create the year, you're my people. And I love being able to do this with you. So thank you for being here to celebrate and to be in this energy. And thank you for being you and for answering these callings, because we all have our own different experiences in this lifetime, right? We all have had different pasts. We all have different beliefs. We all just life. We're all completely different humans in our experiences, and we all feel that tug to the universal truth and the universal energy that's available to us all to work with the moon to create the life that we want to live. So we all know about resolutions. We are all on social media. We hear everybody's thoughts about every different thing. And ultimately, you have allowed yourself to sift and sort and filter through all of that. We are so bombarded with information all the time, and choose you and choose the moon. And I want to celebrate you, because this is really big. And truly, in my work, I believe that when we work with cyclicality, and for me, it started with the moon cycle, we have the power to make manifest anything we want, because the moon cycle is a naturally occurring, abundant, universal truth. And when we can allow ourselves to recognize that, like, oh, we can tap into that because we are abundant truths in and of ourselves. It's just so powerful. So who's proud of yourself for being here today? Who's excited? All right, girls. So let's hop in. First of all, I'm Jillian Bolans. Thank you for being here with me and cozying up in your blankies wherever it feels good to you. I do hope you have a journal nearby, something to sip on. I'm recommitting to more water. That is definitely something that I need in this sweet body of mine. So yes, more water. So I've got mine right here. And I'm an intuitive life coach. I'm a spiritual mentor. I am a Reiki certified practitioner, and I am in love with helping women uncover the truth of who they are by way of tapping into their intuition, by way of utilizing cyclicality, and by way of helping them embody the magic that is within them. My story with the moon started with, I didn't have a natural period for 14 years, started asking the question why after many bumps in the road. And ultimately I found that the female cycle was super aligned with the moon cycle. And when I started working with the moon, because I didn't have a period, so I didn't know my own cycle very well. But when I started working with the moon, I allowed myself to tap into a new form of energy than I ever had before. And it wasn't something that like I could explain necessarily. It was something that I felt. And as time went on, and I started playing with the different moon phases, I really allowed myself to welcome in this concept that if the moon is up there, ebbing and flowing, waxing and waning through her own beautiful phases and cycles, and she never has to overdo it in one phase, which will take away from another phase. She just keeps on doing her. Then why can't I do the same? Why can't I manifest according to that energy? And that's what we're going to do today. So feel free to ask questions in the chat box. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on the new moon specifically, and then the new moon in Capricorn. I'll weave those two together, and then we'll do a meditation, and we will really, really ground in and sink into the magical energy that is the moon cycle. Does that sound good? Awesome. Who haven't? Okay. Hi, Amber. Hi, Kate. Hi, Angel. Hi, Valerie. Hey, Susie. I want to make sure. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Amy. I think I said hi, Lisa, Rhonda, Maria. I think I got everybody who's present here. So thank you all for being here again. Let's get started. So super high level about the moon cycle. A moon cycle takes 28-ish, 29-ish days. So does the female cycle. Woohoo! And the new moon is the very first phase of the moon cycle. I follow 8 specific phases out of that cycle. The new moon is the first 2.5 to 3.5-ish days of that full moon cycle. With the new moon, we actually can't see the moon in the sky. The sun and the moon are in the same zodiac sign right now. They're basically lined up. And so if you think, so it goes sun, moon, earth. Some of you have heard me say this before, but it bears repeating because it can get jumbled up here. The sun and the moon are in the same zodiac. They're both in Capricorn right now. And because the moon is in between the sun and the earth, the sun's rays kind of envelop the moon itself. So we can't see it because the sun's rays are kind of like giving it a big old bear hug. When the moon is full and it's on the other side, the sun illuminates it completely, right? The moon is an illuminator. It does not generate its own light. It reflects back. So depending on where the sun is and where the moon is, that's why we see the moon in different phases. It's just so geekily cool, isn't it? Like, I just love like actually thinking about the positioning in the sky and then energetically what it does. So with the new moon, because we can't see it, it is enveloped in that sun's light. The sky is dark, right? So I want you to think about like a clean slate, a blank canvas. I talk in agricultural terminology because especially when we get into talking about the Sabbath celebrations, which are the different seasonal celebrations throughout the year, agriculturally, there's a lot to be said there. And there's so much, it's not only metaphorical, but it's like logistical too, where different things happen agriculturally within Mother Nature at different times. So I like to transfer that terminology to the moon phases because it's just a beautiful depiction. So essentially, when the moon is new, we can't see it in the sky. It's like having a blank field in front of you, and you can plant whatever seeds you want to in that field, knowing that in this phase, we are not going to plant the seed and then all of a sudden a plant is going to burst, and then all of a sudden a fruit is going to burst, and then all of a sudden we can pick it right off. Like that doesn't happen you don't pick the fruit within the same moment of planting the seed. But what we can really sink into, what we can really allow ourselves to understand and play with new moon energy is that when we plant the seed, there is a trust and a knowing that if we stay intentionally focused on what we've planted, if we weed it, if we water it, if we tend to it, if we watch it grow, eventually it will bear fruit, right? So today is about planting the seeds that we really want to be intentional about throughout our journey with this moon cycle, as well as with the rest of the year. I mean, it is January 2nd. We have a whole flipping year to start planting seeds for right now. And so when we can allow ourselves to connect into the essence of that newness, of that excitement, of that belief that that which you are planting, you will manifest, that's the conviction. Do you feel it already starting to stir? Do you hear my voice, right? So like, it's that conviction. And it's when we raise our vibration to that level of belief, that which I plant, I will sow. That which I plant, I will reap the rewards on. It's a guarantee. Now, I also want to invite you into thinking about how many times have you like written down a goal and then 3 days later, you're like, wait, what was I going to do again? The key component to working with the moon cycle, and the reason why I love it so much is for a couple different reasons. Each phase, we're not going to get into all the phases, but each phase has a waxing, waning. So for every wax phase, which is that do, that go, that activation energy, there is a wane phase, that be, that integrate, that rest phase. And when we can learn to work with that yin and that yang so beautifully, because that is literally the way nature is created, we get to learn how to work with our own nervous systems. We get to work with our own emotions, and we get to tap into that level of conviction, no matter if we're in that like cannon out of the rocket phase, or if we're in that still like, let's just let this integrate phase. So what I want to reiterate for you right now is that it's not just writing the to-do list. So Capricorn loves a good to-do list. Do we have any Capricorns here? Amy, you're a Capricorn? You know, girlfriend, you get it. So Capricorn loves a good to-do list. And Capricorn, though diligent and hardworking, is also very sensitive about the work, about what they are here to do, about like staying true to course. And that sensitivity is such a superpower because it allows for you to feel the conviction, right? We can talk about law of attraction all day long, but when it boils down to it, it's having the thought of the thing and then feeling the belief of the thing. Not just saying like, I believe, but like, I truly believe. And when we work with cyclicality, when we work with our own intuition, for those of you who have done intuition work with me, and those of you that are joining the Intuitive You School, we're going to get deep into this, where it's not just saying the thing. It's not just writing out the affirmations. It's actually generating the energy within your body to feel it. Angel, exactly. It's the feeling. Maya says, I already have goosebumps. Amber, I love astronomy, pairs so well astrology. Totally, yes. Farmer's Almanac. I'm not sure what your question is there, but yeah, Farmer's Almanac is super fun to just work through and just see what was kind of like prophesized, so to speak. Okay, making sure I'm getting everybody. Me, Amber, I had the struggle to get to the, okay, good. I'm glad you're here, Amber. Perfect. Okay, so that's new moon phase. Questions about new moon phase? You have any? We're good? Okay, let's dive into Capricorn. Capricorn, so we are at the beginning of our calendar year, but Oh yeah, the Farmer's Almanac plants by the moon phases and zodiac signs. Yes, absolutely right. We are at the start of our calendar year. However, we are not at the start of our zodiac year. The zodiac year actually starts later in March when we get into the sign of Aries. So we've got a couple more zodiacs to come. And the reason why I even share that is because at this point in our zodiac wheel of the year, we are in like a divine wise state. When we start in Aries, it's kind of like an infant being born. And then as you move through the zodiacs throughout the wheel of the year, the energy of what you're experiencing kind of progresses in that wisdom. Think about the maiden, the mother, and the crone. This is the triple goddess. And the mythology is that there is the maiden goddess who eventually becomes the mother goddess. So that whimsical, playful version of any of us, our inner child, becomes the mother goddess, which means that she is that nurturing teacher who is still experiencing her own things, but her role is to teach and to guide and to nurture. And then she eventually becomes the crone. And the crone is that wise woman who looks over the entity of her whole experience from the maiden to the mother to where she is now. She doesn't have anything to prove. She just knows it all. And she so wants to share that wisdom with those who are ready and open to hear it. Well, with Capricorn, we're kind of between that mother phase and that crone phase within the zodiac wheel of the year. We're kind of in that like wise, wild woman state right now. And it's such a powerful sign because with Capricorn, it is Capricorn treats of Capricorn diligent, hardworking, persistent, right? And so give a Capricorn what do they call it? A legal pad and a pen, and they will write it all out. They want to get it all mapped out. And we've got to remember that in the creation of our manifestations, hear me when I say this is going to be really important because I wish somebody would have told me this at the beginning of my journey. When it feels good to get specific, you get specific. When it doesn't feel so good, when that feels constricting and like, oh my gosh, but what if I fail? We zoom out and we just go a little bit more general with things. This is manifestation. It's got to feel good. Sometimes it feels good to get detailed about things. And if that's starting to feel like too much and you're starting to utilize it as a weapon against yourself, then zoom out, go to the bigger picture of what you want. So playing with Capricorn energy is having that awareness of it's time to get to work. Like, let's create the game plan, girls. It's time to go. Capricorn is an earth energy. So it's like, let's dig those boots into the ground and let's go, right? Like, let's just shoot off because we've got the whole field to run through right now, right? We're bringing all the metaphors together. New moon, clear field. We can plant whatever we want. Earth energy. This is the time that this moon energy wants to receive what it is we want. Ladies, when is the last time you asked yourself what you wanted? And like allowed yourself to answer it honestly. Right? This is powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. So let's wrap it all up. And you ladies are primed. I can feel it. This is awesome. Let's wrap it all up with new moon energy. We set intentions for two things: what we want to do and how we want to feel. So I want you to think about this and I'll walk you through it in our meditation. How do you want to feel throughout the course of this moon cycle? How do you want to feel throughout the zodiac wheel of the year? How do you want to feel come December of 2022? Let's plant it. Why not? Right? We were at the beginning of the year. Why the hell not reach for the stars? Why the hell not plant the big dreams? This is the time, because guess what? There will be a 2023. And so if that which you want to make manifest this year doesn't show up exactly as you hoped, or it's still in progress next year, you just get to refine your intentions that you set for 2023 and flow from there. Every ending leads to a new beginning. The zodiac reminds us of that. The moon cycle reminds us of that. Our human experience reminds us of that. So let's take this energy of this new moon and this new year. I would love for you to jot down, if you have a paper with you, what is it that I actually want? Another maybe less intrusive, because I know some people really struggle with that word want, what feels really exciting for this year? Okay. These are some things. I'm just planting the seeds to get your mind primed to focus on these things. But what is it that I really want? What feels really exciting? And when we can learn to, well, actually, yes, when we can learn to work with the moon energy, but even more important, when we learn that we are worthy of working with the moon energy, that we are worthy of manifesting what it is we want, we will create it. It's already done. Yes, Maya, just like the Jewish moon-based calendar. It's really cool. It's so cool when you learn how everything ties in together. All right, ladies, let's dive right in. There is your little training about the moon cycle and Capricorn. Let's do a meditation. Let's set those intentions. Yes? Thumbs up. Good. Okay. I invite you to get super duper comfy and just take a deep breath. I do invite you to close your eyes because this gets to be an illumination of your imagination and your creativity and your heart. Knowing that you are in sisterhood right now, you are in circle with other women who are manifesting with the moon too. That is freaking magical. Take a deep breath here and release. Take another deep breath and release. I call forth the energy of Mama Moon. For no matter what phase she is in, she is her bright, bold, beautiful self up there. She knows and trusts that where she is impacts where we get to go. We thank her for connecting in and being the illumination of our emotional body. And in this meditation, we call forth our emotional body. That primal, powerful, magical essence of ourself. Because our emotions are our superpowers. And when we can allow ourselves to create from the space of what drives us, what serves us, what excites us, we create miracles. Take another deep breath here. I'd love for you to imagine yourself laying in the center of a field. The sky is black above you, studded with stars. You can feel the moon's presence, though you can't see her. There's an excitement in the air. It's the new moon. This is the time where universally we are being asked to set intentions based on who we are and where we are right now. Perhaps you've set intentions in the past. Perhaps you've wanted things before. Perhaps they've come true, perhaps they haven't. And while all of those moments were important to the creation of you, it's this moment that matters now. You are not the same person in this moment as you were in previous versions of yourself. She has helped to create you, and you are the most evolved, wisest, surest version of yourself right now. As you lay in this field, you allow yourself to feel every inch of your body, starting with the top of your head, down through your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, down your neck and your throat, into your shoulders, allowing this perceptive energy to pass down through your bicep muscles, your elbows, your forearms, your hands and your fingers. This awareness travels through your chest, your heart space, your abdomen, your sacral area, your hips, your butt, tops of your legs, down your quadricep muscles, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. This awareness has helped you to light up in the middle of this dark field. You carry the magic within you. And one of the most exciting points to being here and human is to make manifest that which we feel, to bring to reality that which we dream about. You feel the earth underneath your body, and this Capricorn moon is so pleased with this grounding that you're doing. It's a reintegration into yourself, as well as where you are on the earth, and as well as this new year, 2022. Take a deep breath and release. Allow yourself to simply be here, reveling in the magic that you will create, knowing that you are universally supported by the divine force of love, by the elements. You are a co-creative component with all that surrounds you, because all that surrounds you is within you. You look up into the expansive sky above you. And instead of asking, you receive. The universe has wisdom for you for this year. Allow yourself to receive the words, the thoughts, the feelings, the colors, the numbers, the images, or even just the blank space of opportunity. Listen. What does God, Goddess, the universal source of love, connection, the angels, what do they have to share with you? And from that space, allow yourself to set the intentions you have. I invite you in this visualization to allow the visualized version of you to stand in this field, powered by moon energy. New moon is a waxing moon. It's go time. Capricorn is diligent, hardworking, excited about the creation of new things, and determined to bring it to fruition. I want you to imagine yourself grabbing a bag of seeds that has appeared beside you. You have this whole field. How you use it is up to you. We're in January right now. What do you want to do and how do you want to feel in January? Plant a seed, drop it in the ground. When we set intentions, we always ask ourselves what we want to do, but more importantly, how do we want to feel? Sometimes the doing creates the feeling. Sometimes the feeling creates the doing. There's no wrong way to do this. I want you to allow yourself to continue walking down the row that you're planting right now. Drop a seed in the ground for February. Drop a seed in the ground for March. You may have specific things that come to your mind's eye that you will be doing or you will be feeling or you believe will be happening during these months, or we can set the intention for magic to happen. Participation with your life means that you get to create it and be universally supported in that creation. Stepping on forward, drop a seed into the ground for April. Drop a seed into the ground for May. Drop a seed into the ground for June. What are you doing? What are you feeling? Drop a seed into the ground for July. Drop a seed into the ground for August. Drop a seed into the ground for September. Creating magic as you go. Being universally guided. Drop a seed into the ground for October. Drop a seed into the ground for November. And drop a seed into the ground for December 2022. 2021 was 2 days ago. Think about this day, January 2nd, 2023, December, that last seed that you planted was just 2 days ago. I want you to look back at the row that you've planted, knowing that all the seeds available to you can touch and impact and be a part of any area of life. Your physical experience with your health, your vitality, your emotional experience with your relationships, your mental experience with how you utilize your brain, your work, and your spiritual experience with your devotion to that essence of you that is bigger than this physical body, that beckons you forth toward your soul's calling, that gives you the connection in with the divine, however you personify it. Playtime, family time, friend time, money, experiences, travel, building of things, creating of things, working your work. You will participate with all that and immensely more. And ultimately, what do you want to do? And how do you want to feel? What feels exciting for you? What are your intentions for 2022? Looking around you at this field, you bless it, you thank it, you feel gratitude for it. You are ready to go, utilizing the Capricorn energy and the new moon energy. I want to invite you out of the field and back into your bodies. Slowly come back, open your eyes, do whatever wiggling and rolling you need to do. And I want to encourage you, I'd like to give you a couple minutes to grab your notebooks, grab your journals, or just meditate with the intentions that came forth. Some of you may have had your own thoughts and the universe just amplified them. Some of you may have come into this thinking one thing and the universe presented you with something completely different. Maybe a specific word came up, maybe a specific theme came up. I'm going to watch the clock here and I'm going to give you 3 minutes of me not talking, just holding space for you. In fact, I will do Reiki on you all as you're doing this, just to hold, like seal that container a little bit more. You can finish up next 30 seconds or so. Maya said, I think by now you have a permanent link to my intuition, Jillian. Excellent. I think that means that you are wise and listening to yourself and the type of coaching and support you need, Maya. That's not me. That's you, girlfriend. All right. Would anybody like to unmute? I will take 2 women who would like to unmute themselves and share their intuition. Otherwise, I'd like for you to type in what are not intuition, intentions into the chat box. You don't have to share. I know that there are some people like me who are verbal processors that like putting words to it is actually really helpful. And then also typing it out just helps to kind of seal the energy. Everything is energy. So the more elements, the more energy, the more superpowers we can put toward our intentions, saying them out loud, sharing them, it really does make a difference. So Nanette, did I see you raise your hand? Okay, okay, I thought you went like that. So I was like, all right. Does anybody want to share? Angel, yeah, girl, come on.
Hi.
Hi, what came up for you, soul sister?
Well, I really needed this today, so thank you very much. I have been toying with a business idea for a long time, for moms, and I just sent out the vibration into the universe and just letting those women, those moms know that they will see me soon. Something will come in front of them very soon. A safe space is being created. And the tears, like I truly, truly felt it. So that was just amazing.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Did anybody else cry? I never like to like preempt this, but by this point, a lot of you know, like when I'm casting my magic, when I'm doing my things, you're probably going to cry at some point. So Angel, what is the business that you're creating? Do you mind sharing?
Oh, sure. It's moms who want more. You get to a point where you lose yourself. We all talk about it. Moms talk about it. And there's been spaces that I've seen that that do things similar, but this is more of a movement. This is more of creating a community and guidance, and support, and just save a safe space for moms to come and get some guidance and some steps so that they can actually go after their daydreams and just feel it out and be supportive in that journey, and just have a community of women, because you sometimes get isolated, especially as a stay-at-home mom, which I am. The isolation is just intense sometimes, and sometimes you need some other women to bring that power together with you so that you can move forward to get the things that you want.
Yeah, girl. I mean, you said it. I mean, look what happens when sisterhood comes together. When women come together, we create magic, and on a primal level we crave that. Society has taught us that we should be able to just put our heads down and get it all done and figure it out by ourselves, and I think more and more of us are waking up to the fact that like that's dumb. Like that's not helpful to anybody, most especially ourselves. So thank you for your sacred work in this world. I just celebrate you so deeply. I'm so glad you shared.
Thank you.
Welcome. Joda, I saw that you had your hand up. Can you unmute?
Hello.
Hello. What came up for you?
So actually I've been trying to manifest a certain thing with my marriage. It's not been a very good marriage. So I've been trying to manifest a new life and taking action. And so that actually came up this morning. Like there was a big blow up with everything in my house, which all is fine, but it was just amazing to go through this. I didn't cry before. Now I'm going to cry now.
I do too. Once I get talking, that's when I cry. So you're not alone.
So going through the meditation, like I just visioned this whole year for me. I've got 2 kids that aren't my husband's. They're mine from previous relationships, but I visioned this whole year of our life and how it's going to be. And it was amazing. And I just feel that it's coming and it's going to happen. And it was just wonderful. And I've never felt that way before.
I'm so glad. And I think that's so much of the power that we have. Sometimes we try to figure things out, right? And we try to like make them fit into a certain way that our human thinks. But when we tap in to that connection that we have with the universe, when we meditate, when we visualize, when we really feel our spiritual body having that experience, it's like the doors just burst wide open, and we remember that we're not alone, and that in times when we want to figure it out, we want to fix things and make everything right, truly, I mean, that's the time that we need to lean in and surrender and say, all right, universe, here's what I want, and here's what I believe is the highest vibration available to me. Show me what you got. Like, show me your magic, right? Like, do you feel that, Joda?
I do. Like, it was amazing. I've never felt so more clear about what I'm about to go through. I've just never felt so more just open and knowing that this is the right way and knowing that I'm on the right path.
You are. It's amazing. And we are all here celebrating you, holding space for you, knowing that, gosh, going through this human experience is tricky sometimes, and because we have to do it with other humans who are having their own experiences, right? And ultimately, here's my wish for you, Joda, and my intention for you is to know that when you are calling in the support and the doings and the feelings for your highest vibrational self, for like that just most profound version of you, when it's right for her, it's right for everybody, right? Because love begets love. So when you can allow yourself to support that, just that most profound version of you, everything else will be supported in tandem with that.
Yes, I agree. Thank you so much for this. I've been to a lot of your things, but I've never spoken out or anything. So I appreciate this. I needed it.
I'm so happy you did. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right. Does one more person want to share? I kind of have the inkling. Yeah, I know, Maya. Go for it, girl. I'm like, I think one more person wants to go. And then I will read what you ladies have shared in the chat to give some energy to them. Go ahead, Maya Moon.
Well, a couple things. First, I was called to hold these little rose quartz in my hand while I was doing the meditation, and they started pulsating and exuding heat while I was doing the meditation, which was fantastic. And then as you were talking, I realized that my transition from the words of the years, from create to accept, is from doing to being, and which is exactly what I need right now.
Yeah.
And also the card I drew this morning is this, the Knight of Pentacles. Sowing the seeds, sowing 12 seeds for each month. And I got goosebumps as I did that. And as the words came up, I just kind of wrote them down in the order of the months as they appeared. So that's health, creativity, fun, connection, release, expand, explore, joy, receive, claim, celebrate, and rest for each of the months. And it was just the fact, because I drew this card a few days ago and it was completely different meaning, and then I drew it again this morning and I'm like, that's interesting. And now you said that and I was like, no. Now I know that's why I said why we're in my intuition, because you did that. So that's what I wanted to share, and it was just that just blew my mind. So thank you again for blowing my mind.
Thank you for sharing that with us. What a cool, I choose a word of the year. And if you're on my email list, which you probably all are, you probably have seen my emails about that over the past couple of weeks. a word of the year is so powerful, but Maya, I love that this actually gave you an intentional word for each month. I think that is super powerful. I once had someone say to me, I know we have a lot of entrepreneurs on the line, not everybody, but I once had a mentor say to me, Jillian, your marketing plan is like the seasons, it's the moon signs. I'm like, I know, it's really cool because it's I love it. And when we can have that thing that's like bigger than the like logical logistical, like this makes best sense, but like you feel how powerful it is. And sometimes it's a word, sometimes it's the moon sign, sometimes it's a season change. That's the primal stuff I'm talking about here, girls. We are bigger than just our logistical, what makes best sense to probably pleasing everybody else and putting ourselves on the back shelf, right? We're so much more than that. We have so much more power than that. So thank you, Maya. That was so beautiful. I want to read through and just give honor to everybody over here who has said such beautiful words. Amber, health, wealth, and love are the experiences and states of being I am cultivating in 2022. I love states of being. That's powerful. Brittany said magical. Susie said 2022. Brittany feels this so much. Rhonda, I'm going to pay off my house this year. I am going to work 3 days a week and dedicate time to writing poetry, gardening, and unstructured time, get a camera and learn photography and start selling some prints. Girl, flipping love it for you, sister. Love that. Maya said, yes, Rhonda. Amy, I don't know the exact order of my intentions, but when I planted them, but healing, surrender, play, create, joy, transformation are the words that came up for me. Beautiful, Amy. I was getting a blank space when I was supposed to be receiving. So maybe I'm supposed to let my healing and that guide me throughout the year. I think you're onto something there, Amy Taylor. You're so wise. Susie, my beautiful home on the lake. Money is no object. I have plenty. Room to be creative to my heart's content. Oh, I love that. Leave my mark, be a mentor, inspire my family, children, and friends, do good things with my blessings, travel the world. Angel, I'm with you. I was just about to say, I feel that so much. Like, I love it. Amy, in my meditation, I resisted the planting of each seed for each month. And instead I spun around wildly and released the seeds throughout the field. That's delicious, Amy Hamilton. I take this to mean I go throughout this year doing what feels good to me and not doing what everyone else is doing. Yep. I will be more light and energetic, feel joyful and playful, dance, play, laugh as always. Thank you, Jillian. You're welcome, sweetheart. Way to go. That was awesome. Angel, yay for clarity. Absolutely. Amber, I love the image of you spinning and planting seeds wildly. I love the word wildly too. I think that's a key component to that. Like, I love that word for you. So beautiful. Lula says, Rhonda, nice, Maya. Yeah, I saw Rhonda respond when Maya was talking. Morgan, hey girl, I love that image too, Amy. For some months, I found myself resisting too and spinning wildly around. Sounds so magical. We've got some wild, magical spinning women up in here. This is amazing. Let's see. So cool. Maya, the titanium rose quartz was the stone that fell into my hands earlier this morning. I had that same sensation. Oh, it's so delicious. See, ladies, we create magic when we come together. It's so cool. Eva, my meditation expanded my word of the year this year to go with release. I got expansion. So release and expansion, that yin and that yang, right, sister? Yeah, I see you. I see you, Eva, with your words. They're so powerful. Rach, creativity and ease, and two things that are the common threads through all that I want to manifest are the two things that I want to manifest in 2022. Those feel so good, and I can really feel it in my core. Yeah, girlfriend, I love those for you. Oops, I was walking Oldsmobile illuminated like the moon floating song. This beautiful rose sowing seed, so cool. So beautiful. Nanette, my word of the year is my name. I need to simplify and be me. The meditation told me to stop the list. So cool, sister. That actually goes quite well with what came up for you at the Samhain meditation too, with the dropping the perfectionist, right? Yeah, girl. Valerie, hey girlfriend, my overwhelming thought was let go of expectations. Don't worry about how it's supposed to look. You're going to do it how it feels best to you. Don't worry what other people are going to think of you. Just do the thing. Yes. angels spinning and spreading the seeds. Let the universe decide where they land. Lula, so much came to me, really feeling aware for the first time. I like that. Isn't that a cool word? Girls, I mean, happy Sunday. Happy New Year. Happy new moon. Oh, this is so fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here so much. And I'm going to say this. If you didn't have a profound experience, if you couldn't see yourself planting seeds, if nothing really came to you, it might not come with that imagery, right? Some of us are visual people. Some of us hear words. These are clear senses, which we're actually intuitive you school ladies, we're going to go into deep in module 4. But they may come to you. You may feel the presence of what is coming to you for your intention while you're driving, while you're in the shower, while you're cooking, right? It's in like those meditative states that these things come up. And, there have been some meditations that I've sat down and I've been like, nothing. Like I got nothing. But then like the next day I'll be driving and we'll get the biggest download. So trust yourself, trust the process, trust the universe. I've never heard you talk before and I love your energy. Thank you, Amber. Thank you so much for hosting and anchoring this new moon ritual today. Oh my gosh, I'm so honored and grateful. I love this work. And I do want to share with you all, in terms of my work, the Intuitive You School, which I've mentioned a couple of times, is my soul-based academy in a sense where I really, on a very deep, very detailed, beautifully abundant experience, walk you through how to trust yourself, how to trust your intuition, how to work with it. We are kickstarting our first go round of the school next week in January, and the doors for that are closed. We have incredible women in there. Some of them are sitting around you right now, and we're going to get started in January. But I did want to say to this group that I have started the pre-enrollment process for the April collective. 4422, April 4th, 2022. It's like so delicious. I love playing with angel numbers. So I'm going to post the link here. This is the landing page that tells you everything we're going to go over in the Intuitive You School. It literally, I map it out. I mean, you all have been to like those very obscure landing pages where it like kind of doesn't tell you anything and you're like, what even happens here? I like map out in detail everything that we're going to go over, and any of the links there will actually bring you to the wait list for those of you that are interested in hopping on the phone with me and applying and being potentially a part of the April collective of the Intuitive You School. So you'll see tons of testimonials. I will share with the permission of the women when they have something really exciting that they'd like me to share with the world, because I believe in this work. I believe that when women work with their feelings and their intuition, everything changes. Everything becomes more abundant, more primally placed where it is meant to be. And if one of your intentions was learning how to love yourself, work with yourself, be more devoted to yourself in 2022, then literally there's no better place. There's no school out there. I took 6 years worth of my own learning and put them into a 6-month school for you all. So I am so excited to dive in with those of you that are here that will be starting in January. And I do hope that some of you will join the wait list, and I will invite you to fill out the application. We'll hop on the phone and we'll get going in April. And I mean, perks with that are you join the wait list now. If it feels good for you, there are extended payment plans and all sorts of fun things. We won't get into any of those logistics because we're in that high of like the vibration right now, but this work is important. Women coming together like this is important. Women sharing energy, sharing connection, sharing their hearts is important. And that's the entirety of my work. So thank you so much for being here. I want to see. Amy said, my Reiki lady once told me that you can get downloads days after meditation. Yes, it's happened to me a lot. Me too, Amy. Yeah, absolutely. Amber, oh, Amy makes mental note to pay attention to sudden Reiki downloads for next week. Yeah, girl, I love it. I usually will have big breakdowns with crying and all. Yeah, same girl. Sounds like me. Now I cry so hard. Yeah, I love this, ladies. I love this. Okay. Take your words, take your intentions, take your energy, step forth into 2022. You know, I'll be hosting more moon things throughout the course of the year. And I look forward to working even more intimately with those of you that are really ready for that next step of working with yourself, trusting your intuition, and ultimately playing with magic because we go into moon cycles, chakra cycles, clear senses, zodiac stuff. We do it all. So I love you all. Please tag me on social media if this was cool and fun for you. And happy 2022. Happy New Year. Happy New Moon. Love you all. Thank you for coming.